The House Judiciary Committee will hold a field hearing in New York City next week. They're going to hear from victims of Manhattan D.A. Alvin Bragg's policies. Congressman Tom Tiffany, Republican, House Judiciary member, he joins me now. All right, Congressman, you're going after Mr. Bragg. Who are you going to call to act as witnesses?
Yeah, good morning, Stuart. It's good to join you. We need to hear from victims. We need to hear from victims of the crimes that are being committed in Manhattan, and that's exactly what's going to happen Monday. I got to tell you, Stuart, though, one of the key questions that I'm going to ask, they get federal dollars from the United States government in the Manhattan District Attorney Office. I want to know how they're spending that money, because you've seen this increase in major crime of, what is it, like 22%? Mm-hmm. What are they doing with the money they're getting from the federal government?
So you're going after the money. What are they doing with federal money? And with it, are they going after Trump with federal money? That's what you're getting at, right?
Yeah, that's really one of the big questions. But it's also, I think this is a very appropriate hearing, as you said in the from the get-go here. We're going to hear from victims of crime. Too often, the victims of these heinous crimes are not being heard, sure, like the bodega owner, yep, like the woman whose son is being a veteran son who was killed, and one of the guys skated as a result of the policies of District Attorney Bragg.
Yeah, bring them in, talk to them, see what's going on here. All right, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, she gave $2.8 million to her husband's political consulting firm. Why do you want to stop that? Is there anything wrong with that?
Yeah, we've introduced something called the OMAR Act, and actually getting a number of co-sponsors for this, Stuart. And Congress should not be a family enrichment scheme. And that's what happened in the case of the representative from Minneapolis, where she took $2.8 million from her campaign account and gave it to her husband's consulting firm. That's not how this should work. And it's part of the reason why you see such great skepticism by the American public in regards to members of Congress, is things exactly like this that do not pass the smell test. That's why we've introduced this bill.
So this is a proposal. You're going to put it before Congress and see what happens. But it's a proposal at this point, right?
Yeah, we've introduced the bill called the OMAR Act that will prevent this type of action from happening. I hope that we're able to get a hearing. And by the way, it should be bipartisan, because 15 years ago, Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi did a bill just like this. I don't see why we shouldn't be able to pass this on a bipartisan basis.
Turn those tables. Congressman, thanks for joining us this morning. Very interesting. We appreciate it. We'll see you next week in New York, okay? See you later.